Hello everyone. Today we're going to be making beef stock from the Fundamentals book. As you can see, I have all of the beef bones evenly spread out on sheet trays. They have been rubbed with a little bit of oil. They are going to go into an oven at 400 degrees for about 30 to 45 minutes, just until they start to brown. Then we are going to take the bones from the pans and put them in the stock pot, but we are going to save all the drippings that are on the pans for the second part of the video. We'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to begin the process of making the mirepoix. Mirepoix consists of three things: carrots, onions, and celery. And now they're not all three equal parts. You're going to have half of your mixture will be onion, and the other half will be celery and carrots. So today we're making 50 pounds of bones. Those are in there. So we're going to have 5 full pounds of vegetables. We're going to have 2.5 pounds of onions. So we're going to start just by slicing those so that they can be put off into a pan. Make sure that the carrots are all about the same size. Same thing with the celery. Follow along. Recipes in your book. Recipes for only 8 pounds. Again, we went to 50 pounds on this. Okay, so our bones are coming out of the oven now. They're getting a nice brown color to them. You can see that, get a nice brown color to them. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take all of these bones and put them in our stock pot. We're going to do all 3 sheet trays, fill the stock pot up. We're going to take it over to the stock pot burner, fill it up with some water and get it cooking. And we'll come back and we'll take care of our sheet pans by putting our mirepoix on it, and then eventually doing some pincé with the tomato paste. But for now, we're going to keep adding this to our stock pot. Now we've got all of our bones in the stock pot. Now we're just going to add cold water and start the simmer process. Okay, so we're back here at the mirepoix. We have our pans. We kept everything. We want to keep all of that nice ingredients. The pans are still really hot. I've kept them on top of the pilot lights on the stove to keep them hot. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the mirepoix. We're going to do it equally onto each one of the pans, so that way they all cook nice and even. So now I've got the pans nice and even with everything on them. Pans are still hot. Ovens are still hot at 400 degrees. I'm going to slide these in for about 30 minutes and get a nice caramelization on them, and then add tomato paste on top. So all of our mirepoix has been in the oven now for about 30 minutes. About midway through, I went ahead and got them out, tossed them around in the pan, put them back in. So let's go ahead and bring them out. We saved this pan so we can pull the fond off of that pan, but we want to make sure that we get everything going. What we're going to do now is we're going to add tomato paste to the top of all of our vegetables, and we're going to do pincé. And what pincé means is we're going to cook it until it becomes like a rust color. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us a sweetness to our tomato paste. One tray. So our recipe calls for 6 ounces of tomato paste per 8 pounds of bones. And remember, we're using 50 pounds of bones today. So we're going to go ahead and use the tomato paste on there. Go ahead and get it on top of all of our veg. A couple of different spaces, and then I'll mix it all up. And again, we're going to cook a Pinsade. We want it to be that rust color when it comes out. It's going to give us that sweetness to our stock. So as you can see, the pan came out. The tomato paste is good in Pinsade. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and just make sure everything gets good and tossed. Then we're going to add this directly into our stock pot over there. And then we're going to come back and we're going to deglaze the pan. See, our stock is starting to simmer, starting to get a little bubbling on the top. We're now going to add in all of our beautiful Pinsade vegetables into there and deglaze the pan. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we have our hot pans. All of our mirepoix is gone. We're going to just add some water and we're going to pull all that fond off of there. Add all that extra flavoring into the pan. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to fill it up almost all the way to the rim, and then we're going to add a sachet in there in just a little while and then let it cook overnight. We'll see you tomorrow morning.